Hello comrades. Schools and colleges doesn't teach you how to make money. In fact, they never even teach how to manage and how to multiply money in your life. Now, after the time when you complete your college, you will start to searching for jobs and you will probably land at entry-level jobs and will start to make money. But most of them will simply fail in their lives because they simply don't know to manage and multiply the money that whatever they make. It's not how much you make. You could even make tons and tons of money. It could be 1 crore or even 10 crores. But it's not about making, it's about managing and multiplying those. There are people who literally became millionaires by means of following the financial discipline. In the sense, they managed their finances pretty well. At the same time, they multiplied. And you know what? They retired early. A lot more early they even thought. They couldn't even imagine at that point of time. It's all because they know to manage and multiply finances. Sadly, at this point of time, in this generation, people who's beyond 60s and 70s, they are still working for corporates, for salary and becoming slaves. And most of the people telling this one cheap dialogue, I have to work till I die. But this seems to be a reality. It doesn't mean that it is impossible to change, but they seem to stuck in this particular reality, which is not deserved for them. So in this particular episode, I'll simply discuss 7 simple habits in order to protect your wealth. At the same time, you can enjoy the abundance freedom in the later stages of your life and enjoy the retirement life early as well. Alright, let's dive in. First thing is budgeting. No matter how much ever you make, now actually before even you start to make money, you need to learn budgeting. In the sense, you need to plan your budget, how much you want to spend for this, that and everything else in your life. So normally, the Jewish people, the Parsis, the Marwadis, those who are having the generational wealth, those who are becoming the billionaires, those who are already billionaires in fact, those people will simply teach their younger generation about budgeting. You know what, in simple terms I'll tell you, a broken vessel will never carry water. At the same time, a person without a proper budgeting and financial plans will never keep money in his pocket. So remember, budgeting is one of the most important skills in order to keep your finances safely. At the same time, invest it wisely in your life. So the Jewish people will start to follow that 5-jar principle where 50% will be allocated for expenses, 20% will be allocated for investments, 10% will be allocated for savings, 10% will be allocated for offerings. In the sense, they will start to help poor people, and next 10% will be allocated for tithe. In the sense, if you are a Christian, if you're a believer, you will probably go to church and every single month you will give 1 out of 10 to the church, which is going to be a good blessing for you. So budgeting, once again, is the first ever thing that you need to learn before even you start to make money. And as the time goes on, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, the person who literally followed this particular Jewish jar principle will eventually become millionaires. In fact, they never even need to work for anything else. They can start to focus on their passion projects. And most of the Jewish people, most of the Parsis and Marwadis, and you know, how do they even build wealth? By means of budgeting and by means of planning their finances. Alright. So budgeting is one such things that you need to learn as a first lesson in your early 20s. Number 2 is having liquidity, which is matching inflation. Now, if you are at the very early stages of your finance journey, probably you might be at your early 20s, or if you could probably even at mid 20s, you will always simply think about depositing the money in FDs. Now, FD seems to be good. Now, FD in the sense it is not just in India, it's probably available all over the world. So at that point of time, you need to understand that FD will simply help you to fight inflation, but it will never help you to grow the wealth. So it's very important to diversify your investments. Alright, so it is so crucial to learn about other investments such as stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and many other things that is very important. In fact, even you can probably go for the physical investments as well, which includes gold, silver, and even you can still switch into cryptos. Cryptos in the sense, if you're having a very good knowledge, at the same time, if you're having a very good expertise, the trustworthy expertise. Never trust the scammers who's literally telling you that you can get 200%, 300% returns. Tons and tons of scams are available, be aware of it. But if you're still aware of the people who was genuinely going to help you, you can still go for the crypto investments as well. Alright. So this will probably help you to fight the inflation. In fact, your wealth is really going to grow beyond inflation. At that point of time, you can lead a very good financial and comfortable life. Alright. Now at this point of time, the market rates are pretty low, be it in India or be it in United States or wherever. The market rate is pretty low due to the Russia-Ukraine conflict and more importantly, the US-Canada conflict, the trade conflict which is really happening. It's very important for you to be careful and it's very important to be greedy at this point of time to invest your funds wisely. So start to learn the fundamental values of the company, start to read the financial statements and invest it wisely. Alright. So if this is very clear to you, let's move to number 3. It is protecting yourself from uncertainty and medical bills. While it is very important to save your wealth, it is very important to invest your wealth. It is very important to secure it as well. Secure it in overall manner. For this, you need to have insurance. It is not just about having health insurance or medical insurance or whatever. It is very important to have all possible insurances in your life. Starting from term insurance to vehicle insurance to theft insurance. You might think that paying the premium is really a wastage in your budget. But trust me, one day, one single medical bill will simply suck your wealth off if you don't have proper insurance. Imagine having theft insurance for the cars, for the mobile phones or any costly gadgets. It will still prevent you from buying another one worth probably ₹1 lakh or more than 2. Alright? So having insurance is very crucial, and this is not a promotion video. I don't promote any insurers or I don't promote any websites. It's your responsibility to explore the suitable websites and check whatever is convenient and comfortable to you. So start to pay premiums at lower cost. If you're at a pretty young age, if you're early or mid-20s, or if you're even below 35, the premiums are quite low, and even you start to get a lot more discounts and offers, maybe 10%, 15%, 20% discounts for all the insurances, whatever insurance that you want to put in. It could be theft insurance or health insurance or term life insurance or whatever. Trust me, it might save you from an uncertainty, the medical bills or any sort of theft that could probably happen in your life. Alright? If this is very clear to you, let's move to number 4. Start to develop very good financial habits. Now, this is the time where you need to start to learn financial books, start to learn personal finance books, start to learn investment books. Now, even in stock market video, I would have suggested you start with Rich Dad Poor Dad. Now, this book is really a basic one for personal finance. Now, if you're pretty familiar with it, you can start to explore the stock market books. You can start with Intelligent Investor that has been written by Graham, who is a master of Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett simply seeks suggestions from Graham before he even starts his investment for anything else. So this book is one of the multiple books are more and more valuable. So I'm just giving one such example at this point of time. So start to learn financial books. At the same time, start to explore the deep insights about stock market. Start to use the budgeting track sheets from Excel. So start to use genuine finance apps. There is a lot more apps available. Start to see how the stock market is performing. Start to budget yourself by means of digitalized applications, which is so crucial. Alright, so paper pen stages is really gone. So digital India, digital world is really coming up. So it's very important for you to start using those MS Excel applications, and it's very important at the same time to learn about investments, various other investments. For knowing about real estates, there is tons and tons of books available. So you can still start to explore about that. So if you don't have any money to invest right now, this is the best time for you to invest it in education. Invest your time in education. So in YouTube videos, tons and tons of sources are available. And even in this particular channel, we are going to discuss a lot more about personal finance, investment journey and everything else. Trust me, if you follow it all, you can become a millionaire one day in your life. Alright. So tons and tons of resources are available. So it's very important for you to learn all of it, upgrade yourself. And talking about the credit cards and consumer debts, while credit card seems to be a very dangerous one at the initial stages of your life, use it wisely. Use it for just improving your CIBIL score. Spend within your means. If you're confident enough, I can pay it back, then probably swipe it very confidently. Don't go for EMIs. Don't go for minimum dues. And coming to consumer debt, at the same time, if you're really good enough, if you want to spend the money at a wiser level, if you want to invest it into businesses or if you want to invest it into any valuable assets, you can probably 100% go for it, because even if it is high interest, it could probably beat the high interest and give you valuable returns. And money that you probably save, you can still become an angel investor and still make your money to work in other ways as well. And once again, here's why you need to be very cautious. Alright, so if this is very clear to you, let's move to number 5. Diversify your income. So if you're really working at the entry-level job, you could probably have a lot of free time in the evenings, in the weekends. You can chill, you can party a bit, that's absolutely fine. But at the same time, secure your future. Not just by means of making money and managing it and even multiplying it. Your future is really dependent on you as well. Alright, you have to understand that. So the thing that you love the most, you can start to learn about making short films. Rather than just watching cinemas and other things, you can probably start to learn about making short films. You can start learning content creation. You can start learning digital marketing. The one that you're really passionate, that one that you really love the most, you can still focus on that. And in the later stages of your life, you can monetize it and keep it as a second income. And you know what? Your passion will become profession one day. So be it business or be it job, it's very important for you to always innovate and spend time for advancing it in order to go to the next level. Alright, so coming to businesses, even to tell you about in simple terms, the traditional business growing, it probably takes 10-20 years. But if you could able to innovate it in a wise level by means of, let's say, artificial intelligence, robotics, the 20 years of growth that you probably got, you can get much better in 1 or 2 years. Alright, so to give you an example, Samsung started as a grocery trading company. They started to trade fruits, vegetables, and they started to export noodles from South Korea to China. Now, at the time when the demand for the mobile phone started to shoot up, you know what happened? Those people created a separate research and development team, started to manufacture mobile phones, many other gadgets, AirPods. Now, probably AirPods are available. So many other gadgets, they started to explore, manufacture, and becoming a billion-dollar company today. And even Disney. So Disney seems to take a lot of Hollywood movies, a lot of animated movies, and many things. But even at that point of time, in the earlier stages, when the real estate was probably down in Florida, at that point of time, they purchased a huge amount of land in Florida and they began to start constructing a very good theme park, which probably gave them the additional business. And now both of them are being quite successful. Alright, so diversify your money, diversify your income, and diversify your business, innovate your business, which is very important. Alright, if this is very clear to you, let's move to number 6. It's diversifying your investments. So I like this one particular quote that has been said by Warren Buffett. Don't put all eggs in one basket. It has a very simple meaning. Don't rely on one single investment. If you probably rely on real estate, to give an example, let's say there is a real estate worth maybe 1 crore rupees, which has nothing, no buildings, just a farm and wasteland, whatever. After years and years of time, that investment would be simply useless, right? So rather, you can probably, in fact, you have to reinvest at that point of time. You need to either make it as an agro land or you need to make it as an actual real estate. At that point of time, you can get valuable returns. Now imagine how much our money that could cost for you. So it is better for you to invest it wisely. Always study about stocks, bonds, mutual funds. Always watch news, which stock is going up, which stocks performs better, which stocks could probably give you valuable returns. Hold it, be patient, and sell it when the market is high. Alright, so Warren Buffett once again tells this: be greedy when others are not, and be patient when others are greedy. So by means of this, you can get wiser and better returns from stock markets and many other things. So managing and diversifying your investment is very crucial in your finance journey. Alright, if at all at your bad luck, one goes down, one goes for a loss, rest of it is not going to simply secure you, it's really going to build you and take you to the next level. Alright, so if this is very clear to you, let's move to number 7. Teach your next generation. If you are young, if you are single, if you are a bachelor, this particular topic seems to be early for you. You know what? You're so lucky. Now, from the earlier stages, you'll probably start to learn, and if you ever got wonderful, beautiful kids in upcoming years, you can start to teach the same financial principles to your kids as well. Now, as I told you earlier, the generational wealth is being built by means of 2 simple things, and at the same time the people were unable to build generational wealth only because of 2 simple things: financial knowledge and money management. The family which has both will build generational wealth. The family which doesn't have will simply lack everything, and every single generation, each and every member, they need to start from the scratch. Alright, so if you don't want to be one such person, if you don't want your family to go for one such level, start to teach your children, start to educate your children, teach them how to use the Excel dashboards, teach them how to use the budgeting templates from the earliest stages. The time when they got matured enough, they are really good with the numbers and everything, teach them to use all of it. And even in America, the ultra rich people, what they'll do is, every book they study, every financial book they study, they will pay them $10, $20, and with that $10, $20, $30, those kids will build the future, at the same time have fun a bit. Alright, so they should be in a position where they should be completely independent of you. Imagine if you have 10 crore, 20 crore wealth, they should be in a capability to do it all alone from scratch, and they need to build the particular wealth. Your wealth should be an added advantage to them, but they should never ever depend on your wealth. Alright, now if at all you give them without the financial knowledge or without teaching them the money management, they will put everything simply in vain, because they doesn't know anything how to do. It's so crucial to teach your next generation. Alright, now trust me, if you are so young and watch this video so far, you're so lucky. because this particular video is eventually going to transform your financial life if and only if you begin to take this particular 7 points very seriously and explore it and be wise. Alright, so thank you for watching this video. See you with furthermore new episodes in upcoming days. Until then, bye bye for now.